I was just calling to say a few things I don't say to you. I miss you.
What's up, you guys? You guys are tuned back into the delanyadria channel. What's goody? What's up? It's been a minute, but I am posting a personal video tonight just so you guys know my life update. So as you guys can see, I am pregnant. Okay, I am pregnant and I am huge. Okay, but before we get into this video, please like, subscribe, and just be supportive in the comments, and ask me anything that you guys would like to ask if you have any questions. Okay, all right, so I'm just going to get into the deep part of my pregnancy. This is my first time posting on YouTube about my pregnancy, so this is my first time posting about it. I am very nervous about this video because I really don't like people in my personal, but I feel like it's time. And I mean, this is my dream, not to become like a YouTuber, but like to, you know, be out there and kind of help others, but that's besides the point. So I just want to go over a couple things. First, I want to make a side note to my baby. My baby is a baby boy. I am 7.5 months pregnant, and he can come less than 60 days for sure. We're thinking a little earlier than usual. I mean, earlier than expected, because you guys, my whole pregnancy, I have had major complications, like to the point where I was in and out of the hospital for 6 months of my pregnancy. Mind you, I just said I'm 7.5 months. I was in and out of the hospital. They diagnosed me with hyperemesis. That's a severe sickness. And to make a long story short, excuse my bad, y'all. Like, I'm trying to wash sheets and do all that. But anyways, but they diagnosed me with hyperemesis, and you guys, that is the worst thing you can possibly go through. It hurts. Like, not only are you constantly throwing up, but it just hurts because you feel like you're doing something wrong. Like, you know, like, okay, if you're sick, then that means your baby's sick, is what a mother would think, you know. So especially because it's my first time being pregnant. So, well, not my first time. I actually had a miscarriage before him, and I'm considering my baby a rainbow baby for sure. But I'm just saying, like, this is like the furthest I've got, and to be honest, I am scared, you guys. Like, I'm really scared because I'm about to meet my baby boy, and I just want to give him the world. And for a side note, for my son, like, baby, I love you. One day you're going to look at this video and you're going to see mommy was 22 years old making this video. You passed my birthday with me. I found out what you were on my birthday in July, and mommy is emotional. You're making me emotional. So that's just that. But you guys, not you guys, but son, I just want you to know you are such a blessing. And in the future, we are going to go through our days where you don't want me telling you anything, or, you know, I'm frustrated, and I just pray to God that you never take it personal and feel like you just a regret or something, because baby, you are everything and more that I needed in my life. But going back to the video, you guys, yeah, I was diagnosed with hyperemesis. So that took a big toll on me. I was like 124 basically my whole pregnancy, like really skin and bones. Like, y'all wouldn't, I don't know, some people wouldn't look at 124 as skin and bones, but coming from me, that is definitely skin and bones. I was unhealthy carrying my son, you know. But out of nowhere, I picked up mad weight. You guys, I'm 153 right now, literally. And I'm gonna stand up and show you guys like how I look, but yeah, I'm 153. To get on more of like a personal level, these 7 months of my pregnancy has by far been the worst experience of my life. I should be happier and everything, but my main thing is just getting my son here. You know, I haven't really had the right people that I expected to support me throughout this pregnancy in my life. You know, those were actually the main ones who hurt me throughout my pregnancy. And I've been keeping a lot of stuff in because it's like I'm trying to develop a stronger mental before my son gets here and make sure that he never feels the stress while he's in this world, because he's in me right now. And I can assure you guys, like, they say babies feel everything that you feel, and that's what tears me the most, like tears me up the most, because you know, they just told me I got high blood pressure last week. I could possibly have preeclampsia, or the baby's trying to come early because I had a lot of protein in my urine. I won't get those results back until like tomorrow or Monday. We're on Thursday right now, but I had to do a 24-hour urine test and give blood. And they're trying to see if I have preeclampsia, or, you know, if he's trying to come early. But it's like, sometimes you, like, being pregnant, you sit there and you think like, dang, bro, like, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? You know? And then I sit there and I think like, okay, well, there's people who can't have children, you know what I'm saying? And they probably, you know, they not probably, but they have it worse. And I pray that if you are trying, that you get the baby, your bundle of joy, because having him and feeling him kick inside of me is the best feeling ever. Like, today I had a scare, you know. So when you're pregnant, the best thing about it is, you know, your baby, boy or girl, you know your baby. I know my son is a kicker. Like, he is active, and he wasn't moving for like 5 hours. And I had just pretty much, yeah, it's 5 hours, and I had just got this blood taken out of me. So I don't know if I was just weak and everything, but my son wasn't moving. And I literally was at a stoplight, and I was like shaking my stomach. This is okay to do. Do not be scared, because I just did that. When you get an ultrasound done, they will do that to you to move the baby. Make sure the baby's moving right. Make sure you get some good pictures with your 3D. If you get a 3D, they do that. But yeah, I moved my baby, and I'm like, hold on. And as soon as I moved him, he just started kicking. He was just kicking, and I smiled, and I wanted to have tears run down my face, but I had to hold in my tears because I wasn't around anybody that I felt I could confide in with that scare, you know? So I had to keep that to myself. I'm sorry, you guys. I run out of breath when I talk. But yeah, you guys, you're gonna have like, well, hopefully not everybody experiences it, but my first scare was today of him like not moving for a long time. Another thing is, another thing I want to go over is that you, for some reason, get a lot of disrespect when you're pregnant. And I just never will understand how somebody can disrespect you while you're pregnant. I think they feel like because you're pregnant, you know, like, you gotta take it, because why would you put your baby at risk? But it's like, I've never been disrespected so much until I got pregnant. And that's what breaks my heart the most. You feel what I'm saying? This pregnancy has been the craziest shit that I have ever experienced. But the only good thing out of this is the bond that I got with my son, feeling him, knowing that he gets to go to work with me every day, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that he's moving, you know, seeing his ultrasounds with his hands over his face. Like, I love my experience with my son as far as the pregnancy is going, but those who are around me, it's been the worst. And I'm thankful for those who, you know, have been very supportive of this pregnancy and haven't making it easier for me. But 90% of the people in my life, oh my God. And it's like, I be praying and asking like, what do I do? Can you remove? But the stuff that I pray for, I don't even be wanting to face it. So when God be trying to remove people, I don't be wanting to face it. So it's like, I'm not saying I'm wasting his time, but I kind of am, because I be praying for stuff I'm not ready for, you know? But just a little tip of advice. If you are pregnant, if you are trying to get pregnant, please, please, please put yourself and your baby first. You know, there are going to be people who are going to hurt you. There are going to be people who are just very envious and jealous of you, but will sit in your face and act like they support you. Always keep your guard open. I mean, not open, but up. You feel what I'm saying? And then a few symptoms that I'm having, it just came to my head, is my nose. My nose is getting bigger, you guys, and my nose stays on red. My face stays on red. Then I'm breaking out more towards the end of my pregnancy. The beginning, I was very clear. I'm breaking out more, but then it's weird because I be thinking that, and then when people see me, they're like in person, they'd be like, oh my gosh, you're glowing. I'd be like, no, I'm breaking out, like, da, 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 da. They're like, no, like, what are you talking about? But just like another thing of people who just love complimenting pregnant women, just a tip. Pregnant women do not like hearing, oh my gosh, you're all belly. Like, that may be a compliment, but to you guys, but to me, it's like, I feel like you got to understand, I'm hearing that a lot. So it's just kind of like, when people say it, just be very mindful that they may have already heard that 5 million times a day, and to probably just keep that comment to yourself. Or for those who are saying, oh wow, you got big, you know, you're getting super big, I can tell now. That's not a compliment. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's very disrespectful to a pregnant woman. There's certain things that people should and should not say. Another thing, do not just touch people's stomach. Even if you're pregnant and you see another pregnant person, we all should understand in this, you know, in this community of pregnant women. But believe it or not, people do not understand. Do not touch a pregnant woman's belly unless you ask them. Don't just reach out and press up on their stomach. I'm very like protective over my child. I'm very protective over who touches me, because with or without being pregnant, I don't like people touching me. You know what I'm saying? Even with my friends, I'm very like, I will give them the okay to touch it, like not touch it, but touch my stomach. But I don't be liking that sometimes, even like if they've already touched it, you know? So it's just like, just be mindful that pregnant women are going through a lot of hormonal changes. I can't ever say that word, but they're going through a lot of changes, bodily changes, and they really like their space, but they want people to be in their corner, be supportive. Not physically, but mentally be supportive, you know? But then you got I'm only speaking for myself, really, really. But you got some people out there who enjoy people giving them that attention and stuff. I really don't, you guys. Like, I do, but when it comes to touching, I don't like that attention, you know? But, yeah. But anyways, so this is kind of like my personal experience, you know? Just, I've been feeling unappreciated throughout my whole pregnancy. I've been feeling like I'm overworking myself. You know, I was in and out of the hospital the first 6 months. They were even talking about giving me IVs from home, and I just have to be on bed rest. But luckily, I got over hyperemesis and stopped taking that medicine that they gave me. But now, with this preeclampsia and protein in my urine, they're really trying to figure out what we need to do, because I don't know if I have preeclampsia yet. I don't know if the baby is trying to come early. I just know there's a lot of protein in my urine that's on the higher chart, and they just feel like, hold on, pump the brakes, let's see what's going on, you know? Another thing, just another thing about my pregnancy though that has been throwing me off lately. My OBGYN, the woman who's supposed to be giving birth to my son, I only met her once. I don't know if other women have gone through this, but I feel like they need to change it if so. I have been being tossed around with I feel like every OBGYN in there, like, I just been feeling like I done met like 60 of them. It's instead of the person who is about to give birth to my child, you know? And I just feel like I'm in the verge of changing my OBGYN, although in my case it may be a little late because I'm really about to be due in a couple weeks. But it's just kind of like crazy because I don't appreciate that. I feel like if you're gonna give birth to my son, you know what I'm saying, or just my child in general, we should have some type of relationship to where I know you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, if I go into the delivery room and you're not on call and somebody has to do it, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But let's just say you are on call. They call you and tell you I'm ready to push. You walk in, I'm just kind of like, I don't have no relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? I met you once, but I don't have no relationship with you. So it's like, that's another thing. Just be mindful of if you're pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant, ask your OBGYN if you can just stick with that individual instead of being tossed around the office. Because I done been with midwives. I done been with, they're called something else, and then the actual doctors. And I'm like, hold on, like, this is too much for me, you know? But overall, this is my personal downfall side of the story when it comes to pregnancy. I will make another video of all the positive things as far as like my connection with my baby, what I eat, my, you know, just my cravings, you know, just a lot more positive about the pregnancy. But this is just more so like a venting video. Like, I needed to get this out. I genuinely feel like I'm doing this pregnancy alone. And it's like sometimes I be thinking, okay, like, I got my family, but then I don't, because a lot of my family, and this is no disrespect to them, but they don't be reaching out, like asking about my son. And we all in different states, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just kind of like I'm not feeling nobody in my pregnancy anymore. I'm not tolerating a lot in my pregnancy anymore. I just feel like my son is maturing me, and I'm becoming very protective over who I allow in my life because I don't want just anybody around my son. But you guys, I'm very hard on myself. Like, I just feel like I'm a failing mom, you know, already before he even comes. And I don't know if this is just, you know, like my hormones coming out right now, but y'all, I just feel like I'm failing as a mother. And then the worst thing about it is, like, you're pregnant, you feel like you genuinely have nobody. Like, I don't want to cry on camera, so I'm holding back my tears. But y'all, this shit is like, whew, overwhelming. But let me show you guys how my stomach looks. Ugh. That is my stomach, and I am just so blessed to have a baby. I'm so blessed, and you guys understand I am not complaining about my pregnancy like my son. I'm complaining about what I went through throughout this pregnancy, and I could talk more, but it will be for hours, this video, you know? But just pray for me and just send the love. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Once again, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I will be posting videos for the rest of my pregnancy to keep you guys updated and posted. But thank you all for being supportive and watching this video. Stay tuned for more. Have a good night.
Hey, I was just calling.